I'd like to welcome you to my channel, Mr.Hellnwal. I made this channel because we got questions and we want answers. And if it don't make sense, then it don't make sense. This is my inaugural video. It's just on now. As time progresses, I get better at it. Let's start. Movement got to start somewhere.
Ben Shapiro just dropped a nuke in the Palestine debate.
It's clearly unjust what the IDF has been doing to the Palestinians, because there's a vast disparity between the number of Palestinians being killed and the number of Israelis.
I mean, I would certainly hope that Israel is killing more Hamas.
This isn't a conflict. This isn't a conflict. This is one-sided ethnic cleansing.
So, again, I'm just asking you, if based on the numbers, more Germans died than Brits in World War II, did that mean that the British were wrong in World War II? Because they did. Many more Germans died than Brits. Based on the numbers, does that mean that Britain was wrong in World War II?
Britain wasn't bombing civilians. There's a clear difference.
You should talk to the people in Dresden, but you can't because they're dead.
But they can't play with Ben, man. As much as I hate to say that, man, I hope Ben don't end up like Kurt. Cause Ben be speaking straight knowledge, and I know they hate him for it.
McDonald's CEO got busted again, this time grimacing through a chicken McNugget.
I ain't no chicken nugget, man. He's faking it. He ain't eating chicken nugget, man. Y'all look at the video.
Taking a nice bite out
but
of this chicken nugget.
Watch him.
This guy just ate a chemically soaked bone piece on live TV. A McNugget contains less than 20% chicken. That white center is bone and nerve tissue, scraped into a box, injected with sodium phosphate, then chemically bleached to bury the scraps. The crisp coating is batter, submerged in a chemical mix where a fracking agent inflates the shell before it's fried in 4 seed oil.
Look, no means no. No, that means no. All right, but no, stop it. What are you doing? Oh my God. You're being so bad. Stop it. No. Yeah, that's not a fucking no. That means I want to do it, but I'm afraid you're going to judge me. So I'm just going to make it look like it was your idea so you don't figure out that I've already performed this act with 40 other fucking people. Right? But then you go to court and you get a bad read and there's some guy reading it. Your Honor, she said no. Stop it. What are you doing? You're being so bad. Yeah, and you're just sitting there like, she didn't fucking say it like that. She didn't say it like that. No means no. That's another one. No means no. It's like, no, it doesn't. All right?
For those of you who do this to females, I hope the same thing happened to you and you deserve to get everything that happened to you. And for females that say dude did that and they ain't do it to them, I hope you get the same amount of time they would have got if they would have did it to you.
They don't want our children, they don't want any American children to know these stories, to know these truths. They don't want them to know. Tuskegee syphilis, that's as far as we go.
Yeah.
And that was child's play compared to what was done. J. Marion Sims, the same man who experimented on all of these women, also accused enslaved Africans, accused them for the fact that the children have what we now know as neonatal tetanus. He called it Trimus nascentium, just made up something, but it's neonatal tetanus. Tetanus derives from manure. The likely cause of it because of the proximity enslaved Africans were to animal stables. With people like him caused because of where they had to sleep. But he said it was because of their indecency of their parents. So he decided he was going to try to correct it with a shoemaker's awl. And it is a pointed object that they poke holes in leather with. Every child that was born attempted to reshape their heads and had a 100% fatality rate, killed every single child. Imagine what it must have been like. And they had a statue of him until 2018 when Harriet Washington, myself, and others said, you're gonna move that from Central Park.
Central Park
had J. Marion Sims. It's now at his grave.
See, that would be happening when people don't know history. At the same time, though, didn't the Moors find them sleeping with their animals? So they should already know about that little disease there, buddy. They really
In
should.
today's most random of dramas, Chili from TLC is under fire because apparently she reposted something offensive about Michelle Obama, which got the internet detectives trying to check, like, why would you repost that? And, like, what are your affiliations? She reposted this, which was claiming that Michelle Obama was not a female in the birth certificate. And honestly, it could have been a mistake. I have reposted plenty of things on Instagram. I actually hate that button. So at first, people were like, oh, maybe it's a mistake.
Hey man, I remember when
Then
Candy
the internet
was
detectives
out
found
there
out
on
she
that with
donates to Trump. I don't know how they found this, but her real name
I
is
remember a lot
Rosanna
of what
Thomas.
her name,
She's from
comedian
Georgia,
lady,
and
Joan
she's
Loomis said she was
donated
mad.
in this post $100 to Donald Trump. Here you see Trump National Committee. People found a list of things she's donated to. People are even digging up questionable things she said. If you don't know, she's dating a white man, and someone commented saying, okay, Matthew, he got some chocolate, now he got the moves, I approve. And then she corrected him and said, caramel, and people were like, that was weird. People went through her
Why they say
following
that?
and found
People
a
call
bunch
this a
of people
caramel,
that she follows
or the pecan
that
and
would
everything.
support her donations. So once word got out that she had made these reposts, obviously she's going on tour, she had to tighten up because she doesn't want this to affect her ticket sales. So she went online and said she was not MAGA. I love how they always deny it after they're caught. Like, nah, stand firm in your MAGA-ness. Anyways, she said, all the donations I have made were for the veterans, not for MAGA. So she donated to Trump for the veterans? Like, what? And the comments were not forgiving. They said this happened 2 weeks ago and she is just now responding. Repost was a mistake. Donating was deliberate. There are several veteran foundation charities by. She then doubled down by posting this and saying, I am not MAGA and do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. I made a mistake too many make. I did not read the fine print. I thought I was supporting causes against human trafficking and for veterans, two things I care deeply about as my dad is a veteran and everyone knows I love children. I have learned a valuable lesson and ask for grace as I navigate this. The fine print, it gets him every time.
Go look at the interview with John McAfee a couple years before he died, where he said,
the reason the government wanted to collect me was that I donated to many secretaries within the government laptop computers, really nice ones that were preloaded with viral spyware. Within a week, the entire government computer system was under my control. I was looking for information that they had set me up for that raid. I didn't find it. I did find out that the Minister of National Defense was the largest trafficker in all of Central America. The Minister of Immigration, the largest human trafficker.
why wouldn't you infiltrate the government from the inside, set up the policies, and put yourself up to win? You don't think people out here playing chess, bro?
Hey, it's easy when you assign the ones that catch the pervs that are the pervs. You assign them to catch themselves. See how that works.
There's an asteroid the size of the Rose Bowl headed towards Earth. It's called Apophis, named for the Egyptian god of death and darkness. It'll have a close approach to Earth in the year 2029. It will come close enough to Earth to dip below our orbiting communication satellites. That will be the closest, largest thing we have ever observed in the history of our observing the universe. The uncertainty in its orbit at this moment is such that for that passage, there is a range of orbits it could have, which if it goes through what we're calling the keyhole, Earth's gravity on it will be just right. That the next time around, it will hit Earth 7 years later, April 13th. If it goes through the center of the keyhole, it'll hit the Pacific Ocean 500 kilometers due west of Santa Monica. It'll plunge into the Pacific Ocean to a depth of 3 miles. At that depth, it will explode, cavitating the ocean with a hole 3 miles wide, 3 miles deep. That impulse will send a tsunami wave that will basically wipe out the entire west coast of the United States and the east coast of Asia.
Now, I don't know if it's true, but I seen that movie that thing, Don't Look Up. Well, if it was true, the government ain't gonna let us know. So I'm gonna post some videos on some stuff you should do just in case. How to get you a bug out bag and everything like that together.
The most dangerous book in the world, the Book of Jasher. What if a book could shatter myths and change the truth of history and religion? That book is the Book of Jasher. It's an ancient text outside the Bible, filled with shocking details. And yet churches, schools, and scholars all say, don't read it. Why? Because it says Egypt was founded by Noah's grandson's line. A pharaoh named Rikayan seized power through lies, called himself God, and created idol worship, the very start of Egyptian mythology. It also names Nimrod as the father of idols, the man who built the Tower of Babel. And it claims he was killed by Esau, a descendant of God's line. This isn't just history. It's false religion versus true faith. If people knew this, the roots of Egyptian myth, Freemasonry, even the Illuminati, would be shaken. That's why the book was banned. It exposes how false gods were made and how human pride built entire myth systems. The Book of Jasher isn't just forbidden, it's truth that destroys idols. A man who called himself God died, and God's descendant judged him. That's the dangerous truth. Do you believe this book? Leave a comment. Because truth only grows stronger when it's forbidden.
Hey, that let you know. They, like I said, man, in this case, they didn't put it in the book. They took it out the book so you wouldn't find out.
Have you ever noticed that the smarter you become, the lonelier you feel? It's a peculiar thing, isn't it? You'd think that intelligence would connect you to people, that seeing more, understanding more, would bring you closer to others. But it doesn't. Instead, it separates you. You walk into a room and everyone is laughing at something you don't find funny, talking about things that seem trivial, surface level, safe. And you smile, you nod, you play along, but inside you're somewhere else entirely. You're thinking about the conversation beneath the conversation, the patterns no one mentions, the questions no one's asking. And suddenly you realize you're alone. Not physically, but in every way that matters. This is the hidden cost of intelligence.
Coming to the mall makes me realize we're living in a simulation, like this can't be real. You're telling me this place right here, the mall makes me realize we're living in a simulation, like this can't be real. You're telling me this place right here that has 2 people working in there, they're selling enough hats just to pay 2 employees. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's not real. Like some of these stores, like, okay, like maybe, right? Like women's lingerie, underwear, whatever. Buckle, I don't know, people still shop in there. Okay, like you're telling me this place, icing, sells enough $2 earrings to pay the rent? No way. And this place, what do they what do they do? They're selling nail polish and candles. No, there's no way. For phone cases, no, this place, okay. They're selling Dreamcatcher earrings and rocks. No. Never met anybody that bought one of those.
I say that same thing about the Galleria Mall. How can some of the stores stay open? I don't know.
Do you use LED light bulbs in your home? If so, listen up. Before LEDs, most of us grew up with incandescent bulbs in our home. So why did we quietly shift away from that warm, steady, and simple light of the incandescent bulbs and end up with LED lights almost everywhere? They told us it was about energy efficiency, saving power, saving the planet, and saving money. Yet our power bills continue to go up, and here is what no one.
That's true.
LEDs flicker at high frequencies. You may not be able to see it, but your nervous system feels it. And with this change in lighting, people are reporting more headaches, eye strain, and irritability, and a constant low-grade anxiety that never seems to go away. Meanwhile, incandescent light is warm and steady, and many people find it more calming. So here's the uncomfortable question. If your home lighting is making you feel more wired and anxious while causing you to have sleep issues, who benefits? Could it possibly be the system who sells the solutions? Because why ban a light bulb that didn't cause issues?
Hey, take them out your bedroom and put the incandescent lights in your bedroom. I'm telling you, you'll see the difference.
Breaking news, this isn't Iran or Pakistan. This is Bauchi State, Nigeria. While the world is distracted, villages in the Akalair local government are being invaded. People are trekking on foot from Bauchi toward Gombe just to stay alive. But here's the irony. While many Iranians are actually rejoicing over the death of their leader, some of our own people in Nigeria are weeping in the streets for him. It's getting dangerous. Israel's defense pages are now flagging Nigerian voices like Asari Dakobo for threats made online. Why are we carrying another man's fire when our own house is burning? It's time to speak for Nigeria, not for proxies. What do you think?
Hey, we been trying to do that for centuries. They did nothing. Not by now. They ain't gonna never. We're gonna be self-sufficient, man. Gotta do it for y'allself. It's enough of y'all band together. Change it on your own. Stop asking for them to give you a handout, bro. Y'all see what they did to us? Stop asking for a handout, man, and just go get it yourself. Get it yourself, man. How you the richest country in the world? And they won't even let you be.
What's up, man? You got your door open, man. What's up with you? Where my baby at? Hey, what's up with you? Babe! Where my baby at? I hear him, Mr. What up, boy? What up, girl? You come, bro? Hey, father of the year now. On my soul. I love this stuff, Bob. Hey, man, look, I'm giving her more child support money. That's for you right there. On my soul, bro. Hey, boy, safe travel, bro. All right, you safe travel, my boy. I appreciate it, Bobby. That's my boy right there.
Damn, tell her to come here.
Hey, you knocking on the door like you the police.
Give me my baby. Give me my baby.
Bring the baby real quick. Damn.
Why the fuck is she holding my baby?
What you mean why she holding the baby? She live with me, right?
I don't give a fuck. Give me my baby. Give me my baby. You not gonna see your baby no more. I don't want my baby around her. I told you
That's what I'm saying. Every time she come over
okay,
here,
I said I don't want my baby around you.
Look, chill, man.
I feel her to my baby.
Cause that's my girl.
And you wanna be on child support.
That's my girl holding the baby.
No, fuck.
Look, don't mind her, man. She
That's
got
what I'm
fine
talking
issues.
about. That's what I'm talking about. You need to get that together.
Hey, but it ain't just female. Dudes the same way. That's a two-way street right there. I can attest to that. Said Michael Jackson trying to be white.
They was copper-colored chocolate people. His forces will raise up to desecrate. The daily sacrifice they was abolish. The king will exalt himself and magnify. Many who are not sincere will join. Instead of them, he will honor well. They was copper-colored chocolate people. Chocolate people. Kings built these kingdoms. Castles and schools.
And then I heard Jesse Jackson say, he told me, Jesse, take our people onto the mountaintop. And that didn't bother me, even though I know Jesse got nowhere near him. And then Jesse said, I held his head in my hand while he died. And that didn't get to me. And then Jesse said, look at my shirt. And I looked around, sure enough, and Jesse Jackson's shirt was drenched in blood. And I realized the only way Jesse could have gotten that blood was stoop down on that floor into the Ray Motel and rake that blood off that floor and put that blood on him. And I went crazy. I really tried to kill Jesse. They grabbed us and all that, but that hurt me so bad. The other thing was, when Abernathy came back, says, no need of prayer, no need of crying, no need of nothing. He is going, it's over. He's going to glory. And we called the meeting, the staff meeting, and Jesse claimed to have been ill. And Abernathy told him, Jesse, go ahead to the room and relax. Jesse had to have run like hell that room into that airport. Because he got out of Memphis to Chicago. All us and everybody was still in the motel. Cut the televisions on the next morning. That was Jesse Jackson in Chicago with that same bloody shirt on, telling that same lie. I've never respected Jesse since that moment.
No disrespect to the dead, but I think that was that was the start of the fall of the civil rights movement.
You wouldn't want me to sign something I don't completely believe in, would you?
You don't think it's important to say no to drugs and alcohol?
Well, it's just not that simple.
How is it not that simple? Drugs are addictive. They cause crime and death.
And they also prop up the U.S. economy.
What are you talking about?
Wait, are you familiar with gross domestic product? It's the total of all the money spent on...
I know what gross domestic product is.
I mean, I'd definitely sign something that says it'd be great if people didn't get addicted to drugs, but people are addicted to drugs, and in order to get the drugs, they have to buy them, right? And that drug dealer has to feed his family. They're innocent. They can't starve, can they? There's even this theory that says drug money was the only thing that prevented the collapse of the global economy in 2008. You know when real estate went bust? Because drug money was the only cash available to prop up big banks. Not to mention the 350 million narco dollars that paid for bridges and roads and healthcare, probably even education, maybe even part of this school.
Jonah, would you step outside for a minute, please?
You gotta admit he's right.
Right in their face, boy. I tell you, they put in your face. All you gotta do is pay attention.
You either die now and live later, or live now and die later. That's really what it is. But the world got it backwards. They tell you to live now, do whatever you want, say yes to everything, worry about the consequences later. But the Bible literally says opposite. Stay with me. This culture teaches indulgence like it's freedom. Sleep with whoever, drink with whoever, do what feels good, call it living your best life. But no one tells you what it costs. Jesus said, whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. And that's in Matthew 16:25. Meaning, when you live for only yourself, you're slowly destroying yourself. And when you deny yourself, that's when real life actually starts. People here die to your flesh and thinks it means missing out. No, it means opting out of regret. It means choosing restraint before restraint is forced on you, because consequences don't ask for permission. They don't wait until you're ready. They don't care how much fun you had, and that's why judgment scares people. Not because God is unfair, but because deep down they know. You can't say you did not know. You cannot say you were not warned. You cannot say truth was unavailable. Grace is real, mercy is real, but grace is not permission to live reckless forever. The Bible says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. A man reaps what he sows, and that's in Galatians 6:7. Meaning, you don't get to live wild and expect peace later. You don't get to sow chaos and pray for order. And here's the part nobody likes to hear. Grace does not cancel consequences, not because God stops being loving, but because life eventually collects. Every choice teaches something. Every habit builds something. Every season plants seeds. One day, you stand on what you built. That's why discipline now is mercy later. That's why obedience now is protection later. That's why dying to your flesh now is freedom later. The world calls that boring. God calls that wise. So no, the Bible is not anti-fun. It's anti-destruction. It's not trying to take life from you. It's trying to give it back to you before you lose it.
Hey, so you get your reward when you die. Why give me life if you didn't want me to live? Start out for the joke and for y'all.
Are they like just making shit up? I've worked with tools my whole life, and this socket is not even on the nut. Yeah,
Put it in your face. All you gotta do is pay
like
attention.
just making
Questions are there.
I've worked with tools my whole life, and this socket is not even
25 billion
on the
last year.
nut. Yeah,
Go figure.
Oh hell, did this guy just break time? Y'all like the video and check this one out.
On this timeline, this is you and this is today. This is you and this is today on that one's you. So they're staggered, right? These layers of time, they're flowing just like a surface of time. And guess what happens? There are moments where if you imagine, let's say this star, this is us right here, right? But I said these lines, they're not straight. They flow just like this, just like the surface. So there are times when this line is going like this, right? Is actually flowing like that one. This line right here might be flowing like this. If this timeline's coming down and this line's going up, guess what happens? It's creating a point where this is coming up, that's going down. They do overlap for a second. That's when you get that little weird sense. That's when you get your deja vu feelings, right?
You know, like they say, the Mandela effect. Okay, so if it goes in a wave, then maybe at one point we dip into another timeline or another dimension. Therefore, we got a little bit of the memory from that dimension, and they got a little bit of the memory from our dimension. So in their dimension, they see it as a Mandela effect just as well as we see it as ours. There's some little slight variations and differences, but the same.
You need to separate your savings. It's different savings. You can't say I'm saving this for a rainy day and I'm saving this for a car. That's two different things. And as long as you think that's the same thing, that's when either it's going to be a rainy day or a car, or neither, because you keep touching it. So you put it in a high yield and you let it stack to 40%, and that's your rainy day. That's if I need to touch it. That's my grown man money. They said 75% of the U.S. don't even got a band in their account, man. Get you a band and put that in your high yield. Now, and your high yield is a separate app that you're going to transfer the money into. And it's going to gain the interest. And now when you put 1,000 in there over a year, if you look back in and say, damn, my 1,000 is 1,300.
That's the end of the show.
That's how much a person lost by not being a
smart. Now we put something, I'm going to put something inspirational at the end, something to, you know, help you better yourself. They say that young man, they're a millionaire now. So, you know, if y'all have like clips and things like that that y'all want me to do a review on, hit me up in the comments. Put a link in the comment. I promise you I'll look at it. And if you want to discuss anything that we seen today, just say something in the comments. I'm going to pay attention to it, and I promise you I'm going to respond. And by the way, subscribe. You know, help me get out there to more people, because I really genuinely feel like there are other like-minded people out here that feel the exact same way that I feel when it comes down to the stuff that's going on today, that's going on in the past, and that will be going on in the future.